Hey, what's up YouTube? Benaris here with another exciting episode of Star Wars The Old Republic. Today we're going to be making our way through the Bounty Hunter Quest series, but it's going to be with a different one than I used in the beta, obviously. Now, I say that because, you know, the beta's closed, we all know that, but the difference is I'm going to start from level 1 and basically go the light side on the Sith Empire. There's been kind of a lot of requests to see, you know, dark side Republic, light side Sith, and I thought this would be a good class to do it, seeing as how the first companion you get doesn't always really like it when you are a big jerk. So we're just going to go ahead and start this up, watch the intro, and then we'll get to it.
Almost set up. See if you can't get that security network running, Mako.
Sure thing, Brayden. We'll be... hey now.
Indeed. The main attraction has arrived. Team, this is the man we're pinning all our hopes on. Best shot I've ever seen and nerves of steel. He's great hunt material, all right. What do you say, Hunter? Ready to meet your team?
My team. I like the sound of that.
Get used to the idea. To win the Great Hunt, you'll need support, structure, and intel. Let's do things official-like. This is Mako, little genius I picked up years ago in Nar Shaddaa. She provides intel and tech.
Hope you're as good as the old man says.
And the big bruiser is Jory. He handles the heavy lifting and provides security for our base of operations.
Atuni ma chechu, I kutsig nang kihe.
Cute girls and big guns. I'm sold.
All right, enough introductions. Down to business. We're here because the Great Hunt has been called. Little Mako is the most rabid fan of hunter history this side of Geonosis, and even she doesn't know exactly what the Great Hunt entails.
I do know the names of every great hunt winner, though. Bloodworthy, the Defenestrator, Jewel and Nightbringer.
Every bounty hunter who's won a Great Hunt went on to massive glory and riches. Which is why we're here.
What's our first move?
Here's what I know so far. The Great Hunt has two groups, the Mandalorian Elite and freelance bounty hunters sponsored by influential crime lords. There's no time to make you a Mandalorian. That means you need a sponsor.
Nemro the Hutt runs this stinking little town. I've got just enough pull with that gangster to get you an introduction. Mako, scan for every bounty in the area. I want the nastiest, most brutal, untouchable scum you can find.
I'm on it, Brayden. One nasty character coming up.
We need to get you situated as a big-time hunter, at least as far as the locals know. Then we contact Nemro. Mako will plant rumors about your off-world exploits. But you have to take down someone impressive and local to sell the reputation.
Is there anything that little girl can't do?
She can't handle a gun like you can, or we wouldn't need you, would we?
Found something. Check this out. Vex Corellian, champion quick-draw artist, wanted for robbing 15 Imperial military pay stations.
Togawata kiko uba kiriwata buki donko.
Perfect. This Vex is either a madman or a glory hound, and he's obviously dangerous.
Says here, Vex has a safe house in the bad part of town, right in the heart of the madness. That'll be fun.
Nemro the Hutt's enemy took over part of this town. It's dangerous poking around in there. but it's your best shot. Raid Vex's safe house and look for something that might help us track him down, but be ready for anything.
Excuse me, but I have a safe house to shoot up.
Be safe out there.
Excuse me, but I have a safe house to shoot up. Coolest line ever. Alright, so most of you who have watched my previous Bounty Hunter video, you've already seen this 1 through 10 content. And I understand that, so what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to accept this quest.
Welcome to Hada, kid. You're new here. You look pretty tough, but let me give you a word of advice. Watch your back out there. Learn how to please the people in charge. And as soon as you can, get out.
I don't plan to stay any longer than I have to.
You got a good head on you then. Just hope that when you're ready to leave, you still can. There's a gang war raging out there right now. If you want to survive on Hada, you're gonna have to learn the ropes. I can get you experience navigating Hada's gangs, help you build your reputation, if you help me out.
Now you're finally saying something interesting.
This is a gangster town, controlled by a greedy and cruel hut named Nemro. As if there was any other kind. Used to be I worked for Nemro's gang. Violent, bloody life. That's why I left. But now, my little brother's following my footsteps. Nemro's street gang leader, Rex Gear, is my old buddy. I thought he might help get my brother out, but I can't get to Rex for all the fighting.
Just point me in the right direction. I'll show them the business end of my blaster.
I hope you're right about that. You'll find Nemro's boys holed up in Jaguna, but you're gonna need to fight through Fathra's thugs, so be careful.
Okay, quest accepted. One more, and then I'll continue rambling.
I'll listen, for now. I suppose I can do that.
See, we saved a droid from the scrap heap. Our good deed for the day has been done. So what I'm going to do for this video is the first level 1 to 3 or so. I'm going to film the whole thing, but probably 6 through, closer to 10. Or, 4 through closer to 10, rather. 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm going to just kind of cut out some of the fluff and kind of make it a little bit more concise. Really? Am I stuck? Okay, there we go. Just because, again, I've already kind of done a lot of this in the previous video series where we covered the Dark Side Bounty Hunter 1 to 10, and I think that we can still have fun doing this first part of the Bounty Hunter Quest series, but mostly if I just focus on recording the quick missions and the changes in the dialogue from the previous video series and this one. So I will try to make it as new and as fresh as possible for you guys. In the meantime, though, I am going to spend, like I said, the first level or two just getting accustomed to the game and showing the newer viewers, how the whole thing works, etc. So, again, if you want a more thorough, actual, explanation / tutorial, there's a link to the video, in the annotations at the end, plus in the video description itself, so you can go check that out. But I think for now, we're just going to kind of have some good old funsy time with it. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Husky and myself are going to be doing a cooperative video series where we play through our Inquisitors. Mine is Assassin, his is Sorcerer, and we've already kind of started that. You'll find the videos over on his channel. As we continue moving forward, I'm going to record basically Drummond Koss forward, whereas I think he's going to start recording it around a little bit later towards the end of that planet. So there's going to be a little bit of difference there, but still you'll have some fresh content to view. And let's go see if we can free that guy's brother now. This is going to be one of the first major changes that we do from the Dark Side story.
You got some skill breaking through Fathra's line, and some nerve coming in here. Do I know you?
This old gangster Brel said you were a friend of his.
Yeah, I remember, bro. He wants his brother back, don't he? Well, I can't help. The Brel kid's a traitor. First time Father's thugs start shooting at us, he turns coward and tries to join their side. Nemro's gonna have a lot of questions for him, and I can't let him go.
I'm sure we can come to some agreement.
You're right. We're civilized people, aren't we? Look, I don't want to make trouble. So how about I pay you some credits and you go on your way? Tell Brel's big brother you got here too late or something. You'll be richer, and this weasel will get what he has coming.
Hey, I have a better idea. You let Brel go, and he and his brother leave Hutta, and nobody knows any different.
What am I supposed to tell the boys? Turn coward and get a free pass off Hutta? That kind of deal's no good for morale.
Tell him you shot him, or he escaped.
They'll never go for it, but it looks like you're not leaving me with much choice. Looks like you got lucky, Brel. Your big brother's hired muscle just saved your skin.
Thank you.
You better get out of here, too. The boys won't be happy when they find out what you did.
I think it's funny that this whole conversation took place right in front of 3 other witnesses. But, you know, we can lie and just say nothing happened out of the ordinary. Nope, it's all cool. Nothing to see here. Move along. So I think we've cleared out this room. We need to kill 2 more gangsters and then return. Now, the first bit of advice I'm going to give for playing a bounty hunter. This is something that I see lots of people do, and it's a little aggravating, I will admit. This button right here, Missile Blast, it's really cool, right? You fire rockets, lots and lots of rockets, and I mean, who really does not like explosions? Everybody loves explosions, so it's cool and all, but you build up heat really quickly if you do that. Watch my heat right now. There's 1 rocket, there's 2, and there's 3, and oh look, I'm suddenly all the way up. Well, you don't fire rockets back to back to back to back like that. It's just not how the class was meant to be played. If you build up heat too quickly, doing just common quests like this, chances are you're doing something wrong with the frequency of your rocket attacks or whatever you're doing. So don't feel totally like you have to just spam that constantly, you know. Weave in some rapid shots here and there. The whole thing is about balance. This is a resource, heat, that is. So you don't want to blow your load in the first 10 seconds, unless, of course, you
just heard
have
from
a particular
my little
reason to.
And it's a good thing, too. Fathra doesn't look like he's about to let up. And if it gets much worse, Nemro might start being more picky about who he lets on board the shuttles.
In that case, you 2 had better get going.
I can't thank you enough, kid. Here's the credits I promised. Be careful on Hutta, though. Hutt'll eat you alive if you let him.
No, literally, they will eat you alive. Alright, so we need to select our reward. Cunning and aim. Both those stats are pretty good for us, I believe. Another thing that I want to point out is there's a little thing called a codex here. I don't know if I have the entry for it yet, but if you press L to open up your mission log, go to codex. There might be a hotkey for it, I just don't know. Let's see, do I have it yet? No, I don't. Okay, so later on we'll get something that actually tells us the preferred stats for our class.
Hey, you're Brayden's boy, right? You got a minute to talk shop?
You looking to hire someone for a Jaguna job?
No, but I could help you with yours. My partner Zinni and I train and supply bounty hunters. Got a little area to test out new gear, the whole bit. You want to really impress Brayden? Go let Zinni show you what she knows.
I still can't get over the fact this dude is sitting here with enough alcohol to, I don't know, fill up his entire chest cavity.
Excuse me, stranger. I don't mean to be overly familiar, but I think you're just the kind of person who can help me. My coward of a husband has taken my son, and I need someone with the wit and muscle to bring him back.
Why would your husband take your son?
Because he's both a coward and a fool. My son is gifted. Do you understand me? Gifted in the Force. He has the ability to train on Korriban and become Sith. My husband trained on Korriban. He had his chance at glory, but failed. And now he runs errands for a slimy hut. I will not have my son do the same. Please, you must help me.
I'll have a little chat with him.
Good. I knew I'd find somebody sensible eventually. He took my son to the shuttle port. A comm officer there who owed me a favor contacted me when they showed up. Be careful. My husband may not be willing to walk away peacefully.
Alright, let's go turn this back in, and then we'll continue on. Oh, Brayden! Brayden?
I'm just saying I want to go on some missions. My blaster aim's pretty good. Anything's better than sitting around with you and our gear. No offense, big guy.
Wana wada blota wijawa. O wamawanka matuske.
Hey, look who's back. How'd it go out there, hotshot? Find anything?
Vex left a data pad at his safe house.
Great, give it over and I'll see what I can make of it.
Chusa yomata chitoya. Nam kanoya choski nawi.
Pleasure's all mine, big guy.
Well, look who's in a generous mood today.
Hey, Brayden. How was Nemro's palace? We getting our hunter in to see this hut?
I've laid the groundwork, but we're not there yet. What have you got?
A data pad from Vex's safe house. Cracked the encryption in record time. Check out that last entry.
Our boy Vex keeps detailed records. There's a receipt here for a shuttle ticket he bought today. We'll have to move fast. Only the boldest make it into the Great Hunt. And Vex is a bold target. He's a champion gunslinger, completely ruthless. What do you say, Hunter? You ready to take down Vex all by yourself?
I'm always ready.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. If you head out now, you'll catch Vex at the shuttle port before he escapes. Bring back Vex's ID tags as proof that you're the one who got him. Anything else he carries is yours to keep.
O kakiza spida perupa. Gadwa shiniko higa danulia.
Oh god, I hope he's carrying a stereo. I could so use one right now. So we need to go, let's see, we've got to go find what's-his-face at the hangar, report to Zinni for training, and then another thing at the hangar. Cool. Everything seems to be lining up on the way. I don't believe we have a connecting
You're not responsible
point.
for
No, we
missed
don't.
departures.
Okay. That's fine. Now, we're going to go train first. I'll show you guys where the first vendor area is. You can buy gear upgrades, and, I mean, some of them aren't too bad. But as you're questing, you're gonna find upgrades on your own. So, just as soon save all your money. Unless, of course, you're really, really hell-bent on just, you know, min-maxing your level 2 from day 1 forward. So, I don't know. I think there's actually accommodations vendor around here somewhere. I don't remember where, though. Our trainer. Yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Weapons vendor. Don't have one yet, but I could technically buy this. You see, it would be a little bit of an upgrade. Do need to equip my boots, however.
I never miss my mark.
Yay! Rocket punch. All right, here we go. This is what I was wondering.
Out there.
Or looking for earlier. Bounty Hunter. Primary attribute, aim. And then you come down here, and it has advanced classes, mercenary or power tech, and gives explanations of each. So, from a pretty early start, you can determine, you know, if the class is, you know, how it's feeling. Do you think it's right for you? Should you name it Bro Luck? You know, whatever. Now that we've done that, we have some business to take care of in the hangar bay. First of all, we're going to go see if we can figure out what the deal is with that dad taking his son away. I mean, I can understand, you know, wife seemed kinda, I guess determined would be the politically correct term. I would say she's acting like, I don't know, Bantha Poo. But, ooh, let's check the mail. Let's see. I think I have some cool stuff. Oh, yes, right. Pre-order bonus. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. None of this other stuff I really need to worry about right now. That's all just items that you get when you get the digital collector's edition. I kind of felt like it'd be worth it. Mounts in particular. I know that every character you got to buy your own mount. Eventually it'll add up, you know, it's just save you some trouble of having to do that. So, Mex, what you got for me?
You're the one Gianna recruited to rescue her son. She said you were on your way. Look, I'll point out her husband, but that's it. He seems jumpy, and I'm not risking my neck.
You're off the hook. Just don't get in my way.
I appreciate it, I really do. Hey, Kendrell, somebody wants to talk to you.
Do I know you? What do you want with me?
I'm here to take your son back so your wife can send him to Korriban.
My wife is so determined for our son to become Sith that she hires a bully to threaten me. I was once an acolyte at the Academy on Korriban. There's no failure at the Sith Academy. Those who can't cut it die. I got wise and fled before they could kill me, and I'll die before I see my son eaten alive by those Sith dogs. Let me take my son and flee. Tell my wife that you persuaded me, and we took the shuttle to Korriban. She won't know any different.
I'll tell Gianna you took your son to Korriban.
Oh, thank you. We'll leave right away, and you'll never hear from us again.
Again, Gianna's informant, right here. The conversation took place right here. So I think word is going to get back at some point about this. So next part is we just come into the hangar, shoot the whole place up. Now another tip I'm going to give you about how to use the rockets effectively. They're great for tagging, whatever you want to call it, multiple mobs in an area. So what you want to do is you'll notice here that it does 8 to 9 additional kinetic damage to up to 3 nearby enemies in a 5-meter radius. So you're going to want to look for the enemy that has the most around it in a particular pack. Simply target it and fire. You'll see that it tags all 3 of those, and they are going to now count as my kills. This is especially useful in areas where you have a lot of players running around doing some killing and a lot of mob tagging going on that can otherwise be kind of a pain in the butt. But this way, you have a tool as a bounty hunter that can make things very easy early on. So we have cleared through the hangar bay. We are now at the one more mob away from actually having to talk to Vex over there. And we're just going to see about getting as many shots in as possible. This is one of those times where it's not necessarily a bad thing to kind of spam your rockets a little bit. I mean, you don't have to do it by any means, but it's just fun to see if you can come back and actually kill him without getting hit. So we'll go talk to Vex over here, as it looks like he's trying to fix the blaster in his ship, man. He might be getting ready to take off here in just a minute. Good thing we made it in time. So let's go say what's up. Looks like our health is full, that's good. Heat is low.
Huh? What's this? A lawman of sorts? Never thought I'd see the day dashing Vex would get cornered by an ugly alien brute.
You break Imperial law, you pay the price.
Ha! But I know something you don't. Vex is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill thug. Oh, no. Vex is the galaxy's greatest quick-draw artist. Vex can shoot your ears off so fast, you won't even hear yourself scream.
Show me.
Cheater!
There's no such thing as cheating when it comes to something like that. You're either going to win or lose or rocket spam. There we go. Again, I did that just because it was one mob and I knew that I would be able to burst him down before my heat became an issue. So really, it's all about just being aware of what your character's capable of, the heat issues, how to manage your resources in order to get the most out of it. You really can't apply a blanket, never do this or always do this. 95% of the time, you're not going to want to spam rockets, especially in big groups, but there are some times when you will, and that was one of those. So we're going to make our way back towards the cantina. And to do that, we're going to use quick travel. Now, this is kind of like a Hearthstone, works pretty similar, except you actually get to pick where you go on the map based on locations that you've unlocked. So we'll click this, and when we get there, I'll show you the actual structure you need to left or right click on in order to, quote-unquote, find that area and activate it for fast travel. Okay, you'll see we spawn at it right here. Poison Pit Cantina. You simply right-click it, and bam, it unlocks it. Now, I already have this unlocked. You can tell which ones you have to unlock because it'll have a little icon floating over top of it.
You. Where's my son? I thought I told you to get my son back.
I took the liberty of putting him on the shuttle myself.
Oh. Okay. Sorry I raised my voice. It's just, you know, a mother cares deeply about her son. But how did you manage to convince my husband?
Calm arguments and a sympathetic ear went a long way.
Oh? Maybe so. I guess married people sometimes forget how to talk to each other. But at least my son's future is assured. Thank you very much. And here is the promised payment.
Getting paid. That's what it's all about. Cool, so we'll accept that. We'll run into the wall, because that is 100% intentional. And we'll go over here and see if we can get the next quest.
Hey, old-timers, I'm... Jory. Brayden! What happened? Is the old man...
Somebody's gonna pay for this.
No. The old man's really dead. But he... Oh, damn it! Wait, you had something to do with this.
If I did, you'd be dead too.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. It's just... I've been with Brayden for years. I know you didn't have any reason to hurt him. And I just can't believe he's gone.
It's never easy seeing friends die, Mako.
I just never imagined. But I can handle this. I can. Jory and I set up surveillance gear all over this room. Whatever happened here should have been recorded. Fire up that monitor. Let's figure out who did this. Blasted. Someone's tampered with the recording. I can still get some of it, though. Here we go.
Move and you're dead. Now if you know what's good for you, you're gonna back out nice and slow.
Oh, I know precisely what's good for me. Winning the Great Hunt won't merely be good. It will be splendid. When I win, the entire galaxy will know the name Tarot Blood. And I'll charge extravagant fees for my services. Won't I, Seddon?
The highest in the galaxy. Only the filthy rich will be able to afford you.
Tarot Blood. I've heard of you. Nearly got crippled by the other Mandalorians at the Great Hunt 10 years back.
Ah, yes, that. An unfortunate bit of history. This time, I plan to win. Of course, that will be simpler if my competition doesn't include rivals beyond my fellow Mandalorians. The Twi'lek Vibroblade Master from Ord Mantell? Gone. The Chiss droid builder fond of explosives? Gone. That just leaves your protege to remove.
Kutachuta, Kasuyali Kulira, Kanki Kum.
You misunderstand. The rules forbid killing competitors before the allotted hour. Thus, the promising up-and-comers I mentioned are very much alive. I simply eliminated them as threats. And how does one slow a charging Gundark, Seddon?
Blast his legs out from under him.
Destroy the upstart's so-called crew. I'll be outside, innocently unaware.
Jory, shoot to kill!
Too late, old man.
That scum. He didn't even have the guts to kill them himself. He had his lackeys do it. Coward. The big mouth running the show claimed he was Tarot Blood. He's a big shot even for a Mandalorian. When he started out, Tarot Blood was major news. Rumor says everyone united against him when he tried the Great Hunt.
Unbelievable. He seems like such a likable fellow.
Apparently, he crossed his fellow Mandalorians. No one knows exactly how or why, but everyone sure knows the results. Tarot Blood barely survived elimination from the Great Hunt last time. He was out on his back for years. Major squash, you know? If Blood's determined to win the Great Hunt, our best bet of catching up to him is getting you in that competition.
If it means finding Brayden's killer, I'll burn down all of Hutta.
I appreciate that. Brayden was like a father to me. He didn't deserve this. Neither did poor greedy Jory. The thing is, Brayden spent all our credits getting us here. We're stuck on this stupid planet. Nemro the Hutt is the only boss with enough clout to sponsor you for the Great Hunt. We need him more than ever. If nobody knows Brayden is dead, I should be able to get you a meeting with Nemro. This'll take every favor I can call in, and I'll need the tags from your bounty. Should be enough for 2 burials.
I didn't know him well, but I'd still like to pay my respects.
No time. You've got to get to Nemro fast. Brayden would understand, and Jory would insist. I did everything I could to build your reputation, but now, you'll have to make an even bigger impression. Nemro's enemies are all over town. Take out some leaders before you visit the palace, and you'll score points with the Hutt.
Oh man, a sad turn of events. But hey, at least we got loot, right? That's all that matters. Zing. No, but seriously, we are going to equip that. And actually, one thing that I will mention before we get too far, I did pick up a chest upgrade while clearing out that part that I kind of zipped through in the hangar bay. So now you see we have 150 light side, and with our person right here, again, this is going to be our first companion, and I decided to go light side because she's more geared towards it, but with an emphasis on making money and making credits. So that's kind of what will be neutral / light, if that makes any sense. But for now, I think we're going to go ahead and stop this video. I think this is a pretty decent point to cut and come back in a little while after a break. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this slight turn of adventure. And of course, as always, if you want to be notified of new uploads, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a lot. You'll find a link in the annotation at the end of the video. Just popped up a second or two ago. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below. I will be, before you leave a comment, saying that you want to see Darkside characters or whatever. I'm going to be doing Darkside on my Inquisitor, on my Warrior, and I don't know, my Agent as well. What should I do with that? I can't quite put a finger on what would be a good thing for him. I think Imperial, Darkside that is, but I don't know. We'll kind of waddling back and forth on that. So yeah, let me know that. And as always, if you thumbs up the video, that helps me out a lot as well. But only if you enjoyed it. Only if you found it to be educational or fun, a little bit of both, whatever. Try to make it good for you. So I will see you in the next video.
Learn the routes through town.